Hello and welcome to this week's episode of dtgTV. I just hosted a 60-minute webinar called Leverage Out of Lockdown, How to Future-Proof Your Business with Social Media. And on this webinar, I shared with the attendees a 4-step framework that we've put together to help take people out of procrastination, some of you might be experiencing that, and elevate you into regeneration so you can learn to pivot and profit through this current crisis that we're going through. So I suggest go grab yourself a cuppa, sit back and enjoy this little sneak peek into the webinar I shared today. So until next week, bye for now. So leverage out of lockdown, what does it mean? Well, the word leverage means being able to achieve more with less. So we've put together a framework to help people to navigate their way through the different challenges and rises and falls that this lockdown is creating for us. So we've got an axis, a Y-X axis that we'd like to explain. So first of all, we've got drive. Some people have high drive at the moment, some people have low drive. And then when you combine that with low progress and high progress, we've come up with a 4-quadrant framework to help you move through the different stages so that eventually you're able to leverage your way out of lockdown. So some of us at the moment are the procrastinator, the monkey or the person who's putting their fingers in their ears going, la, 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 I'm not listening, or hands over their eyes. And I'll be honest, I think when this COVID-19 hit a couple of weeks ago, I was the procrastinator. I was like in shock, I was numb, I was a bit of denial, it's okay, it's just a little flu. And then I started seeing it was really real. And so Netflix became my friend and I was binging on that, really procrastinating and not doing a great deal in the first couple of weeks. And then I recognized that, you know what, I think this is going to be around for a while, that I have to do something, I have to move myself forward. And so what I started doing is moving into the hibernator role, like a bear going into my cave. And whilst I wasn't publicly active outside, what I've been doing is using the time to get my backyard in order, get my books in order, do my filing, start to educate myself, start to really get clear on what I want my business to look like post-lockdown. So very much in that hibernation stage. So I've now got a lot of progress going on, but there's a hell of a lot of heavy lifting occurring when you're in hibernation. I'm still not, I wouldn't say in high motivation mode at the moment, but I'm certainly progressing. And so I guess I'm sharing this with you to say that none of it's good or bad. It's just where you're at. What we're hoping is that you don't stay in procrastination too long and that you're able to progress through the different stages to ultimately getting yourself out of lockdown. So now we've progressed, we've got our backyard in order, we've got our books in order, we've started to get a strategy together. Now what we're doing is we're moving into the regenerator. And here is where we see high drive. We've done a lot of the heavy lifting in the progress stage, and now we've got the drive, the motivation, the commitment to start letting the world know who we are post this COVID-19. And then ultimately, because of all the work that we've done in getting our backyard in order, we've repositioned, repackaged ourselves, this is when you really start to leverage and get out of lockdown. So we've used this, I guess, map, not to judge but more as for you to have a barometer reading on where you're sitting now. And just as importantly, a pathway of what you can be doing to move yourself out of this so that at the end you are out of lockdown, both yourself physically, but also your business.